inaugural lecture, and thank you for your continued support to the university and its academic mission. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, our dear Vice Chancellor. It's now decipher who Professor Isah Yinusa really is. He's a very complex iron. Professor Salawu is in the hall. He may help us out. Professor, please stand up for your citation. Vice Chancellor, sir.
Okay, Salawu is here. You started all the process. All this big. Thank you, Professor Isah Yinusa, PhD. I think I have to add something before I start on this. And I don't know whether the children, they actually know his real name. He used to be a good footballer. And in those days, we call him Ide Body. Prof, it's still Ide Body, Abi. Thank you. He's a professor of organic chemistry, a trailblazer in organic chemistry and sustainable development, early life and educational background. Professor Isah Yinusa was born on 28 February 1971 in Okene, Adabi local government area of Kogi State, into the family of late Honorable Alhaji Isa Anabe Shaiki. His early education commenced at St. James Primary School, Owo, Ondo State, and later at LSMB School, Ikaro Adabi LVA. He attended Ilorin Grammar School, Kwara State, and Government Secondary School, Gaminana, where he obtained the General Certificate of Education, GC, in 1986. These formative years laid a solid foundation of discipline, diligence, and academic curiosity. Professor Isah obtained his Bachelor of Science in Chemistry from Bayero University, Kano, in 1994. He proceeded to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he earned his Masters of Science, MSc in Organic Chemistry in 2007, and his Doctor of Philosophy in Organic Chemistry in 2013. In addition to his core scientific training, he acquired a postgraduate diploma in education, PGD, from University of Ilorin in 2003, and a diploma in computer science from Federal College of Education, Okene, in 1998. Credentials that strengthen his effectiveness as both researcher and teacher. Academic and professional career. Professor Isah Yinusa began his academic career as a part-time lecturer at the School of Culinary Studies, Kogi State Polytechnic, Lokoja, between 1995 and 1997. In January 1997, he joined the Federal College of Education, Okene, where he rose through the ranks to become principal lecturer in 2013. That same year, he transitioned to the Federal University, Lokoja, as lecturer 1. His appointment was confirmed in January 1999, and through diligence and scholarly productivity, he was promoted to reader on 1st October 2020, culminating in his elevation to the rank of Professor of Organic Chemistry. A round of applause for him, please. Within the university, Professor Isah has rendered outstanding administrative and leadership services. He has served as acting head of Department of Chemistry 2017 to 2021, Director of Student Industrial Work Experience Scheme, SciWest 2021 to 2025, and currently serves as Dean Student Affairs since June 2025. He's a member of the University Senate, Faculty of Science Board, and numerous statutory and ad hoc committees, including examinations, admission, and disciplinary panels. Teaching, mentorship, and academic impact. Professor Isah Yinusa is an accomplished educator whose training expertise extend across a broad spectrum of both undergraduate and postgraduate courses. His mentorship record is exemplary, having supervised over 20 undergraduate research projects and postgraduate theses. His student work are focused on phytochemical screening, antimicrobial and antioxidant studies, GCMC, and FTIR analysis of medicinal plants such as Psychocephalus, latifolius, farinari, polyandra, ficus, Carica, Colospetum, Flaconi. Do these studies. Please clap for me. Please clap for me. Please. Easy for a historian to be citing chemicals. Yeah. Through these studies, he has successfully bridged indigenous medicinal knowledge with modern scientific inquiry, research contribution, and scholarly output. Professor Isah Yinusa is a prolific researcher with 38 peer-reviewed journal articles published in reputable national and international outlets, including African Journal of Biotechnology, Journal of the Chemical Society of Nigeria, FUL Trends in Science and Technology Journal, and Bio Journal of Pure and Applied Sciences. His research interests cover natural product, chemistry, antimicrobial and antioxidant studies, anti-malaria drug discovery, bioethanol production, heavy metal remediation, green synthesis of nanoparticles, and photodegradation of dyes. Notable among his recent works are studies in the anti-malaria efficiency of combined plant extract and eco-friendly nanomaterials for environmental sustainability. He has also co-authored influential textbooks, notably Practical Chemistry for Remedial and Pre-NC Student 2002, Basic Organic Chemistry for Senior Secondary School 2003, and has participated in over 35 national and international conferences and workshops, including IUPAC and several Chemical Society of Nigeria conferences. Rational Leadership, Community Service, and Honors. Professor Isah Yinusa is a fellow of the Chemical Society of Nigeria and the Institute of Chartered Chemists of Nigeria, and a registered member of the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. Within CSN, he has served meritoriously as Deputy Vice President North Central, National Assistant Secretary, National Secretary, and currently as Secretary to the Fellows Committee. Beyond academia, he has contributed significantly to national and community development as an INEC returning officer, convocation committee member, MDGS resource person, deputy president of Ibira Youth Congress, and chairman of Past Collective of Ibira Land. His numerous honors include ICCON Fellowship Award 2021, CSN Service Award 2017, Africa Education Monitor Award 2013, and several institutional recognition for meritorious service. Conclusion: Professor Isah Yinusa, a proud son of Ogaminana, stands as a beacon of scholarly excellence, sustainable chemistry, and exemplary leadership. His contribution to teaching, research, community service, and institutional development have left indelible footprint on the Federal University of Lokoja and Nigeria scientific landscape. At this junction, I present to you the 38th Inaugural lecturer, Professor Isah Yinusa, also known as Udebody, for his
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. These are my children. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you very much for that excellent introduction. My great people, I'm standing before you today to present the 38th inaugural lecture of Federal University of Lokoja, titled Deciphering the Chemical Language of Nature, Discovering and Harnessing Power of Bioactive. survival, adaptation, and interdependence. For centuries, humans have looked to nature for guidance, inspiration, and sustenance. The plants, fungi, and microorganisms on our planet communicate through a rich chemical lexicon that influences ecological balance and human health. From ancient remedies to modern pharmaceuticals, this journey has shaped medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. We are on the brink of a new era, empowered by genomics, metabolomics, and robotics. Today, I aim to synthesize past achievements, current understanding, and future possibilities, including the ethical and sustainability consideration that guides our work. Join me as we decipher the chemical language of nature, gaining insights that enrich our knowledge and foster appreciation for the intricate relationship that sustain human life. My academic journey. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. My journey in chemistry began with a BSc in chemistry from Bayero University, 1994. To enhance my teaching, I earned a PhD from the University of Ilorin in 2003. I later completed my MSc and PhD in organic chemistry at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, in 2017 and 2013, respectively, focusing on organic synthesis and natural products. I also hold a diploma in computer science, enhancing my ICT integration in teaching and research. I served as a principal lecturer at the Federal College of Education of Okere between 1997 and 2013. At the Federal of the Chemical Society of Nigeria and Institute of Chartered Chemists of Nigeria, and a registered member of Chartered Registration Council of Nigeria. I have participated in numerous conferences and workshops, published in reputable journals and anchored textbooks. My service includes role as student advisor, head of chemistry department, director of science, and current leading of student affairs. My story is one of dedication to advancing chemistry education and research and nurturing the next generation of scientists. What is chemistry? What is chemistry? Chemistry, the study of matter, composition, properties, and reaction, is considered the queen of sciences due to its central position and profound impact. It connects physics, biology, and geology, explaining fundamental laws from atomic structure to material properties. Chemistry is considered as queen of science because chemistry is the only subject that all other sciences romance with. They found love in chemistry. There's no science course you will read today that if you don't pass chemistry at O level, you can never proceed. That's why we normally refer to chemistry as queen of sciences. Chemistry application revolutionized medicine, agriculture, and industry, leading to life-saving drugs, fertilizer, and advanced material as an empirical science relying on experimentation. It models scientific inquiry. Its far-reaching impact and central role solidify its reign as a fundamental discipline driving progress. Yes, we said chemistry. There are various fields of chemistry. We can classify chemistry into about 8 areas. The first one is organic chemistry / natural products. We have inorganic chemistry. We have physical chemistry. We have analytical chemistry. We have biochemistry, theoretical chemistry, material chemistry, and environmental chemistry. But our own area focuses on organic chemistry / natural products. What on earth is not chemistry? There's an adage that says that what on earth that is not chemistry? As we are seated here today, everything that concerns us involves chemistry. Every material. The adage underscore chemistry omnipresence. Everything, air, water, materials, and living organism is governed by chemical principles. That's why we said the first chemist in the world is God himself, because God used the principle and practice of chemistry to create the world. The human body functions via chemical reactions. Technology, industry, and environmental science all rely on chemistry. It provides a unifying lens to understand the natural world, and human innovation, heightening our responsibility to use this knowledge wisely. Practically, everything you can think of has one way or the other is related to chemistry. Nature and chemistry. Nature and chemistry are intricately connected. Chemical laws govern atoms and molecules shaping our world. Understanding this help address environmental challenges and work towards sustainability. Natural chemical reactions include, you have heard of photosynthesis, you have heard of decomposition, the water cycle, weathering, ocean and soil chemistry, human impact on nature's chemistry. Human activity has become a dominant geological force, reprogramming Earth's chemical cycle through pollution and climate change. Pollution introduces novel toxic entities. Yes, today, the life in the municipal, in the city, is different from that of the village. You enjoy more fresh air at the village than at the municipal. Why? Because of the air pollution. Climate change. We have been hearing of climate change, which involve carbon cycle and so on and so forth. Consequences. Ocean acidification harms marine life. Alter weather pattern, intensifying storms and drought, feedback loops. Human impact represents a systematic, interconnected programming of the planet's chemistry, challenging ecosystem resilience and societal future. We have earlier said that chemistry is life itself. Application of chemistry to life. Chemistry can be applied in so many ways, such as nutrition and food science, medicine and pharmacology, agriculture, environmental chemistry, household products, energy production, material science, cosmetic and personal care, water treatment, neuroscience. MNI, you can attest to that. Chemistry has moved from the work subject to a profession. We no longer look at chemistry as a subject, rather it's a profession on its own. Chemistry has evolved from an academic subject to a broad profession. It underpins careers in pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, research and development, quality control, production and consultancy, driving economic development and innovation to address societal challenges in health and sustainability. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. The inaugural lecture. This lecture titled, Deciphering the Chemical Language of Nature, Discovering and Harnessing the Power of Bioactive Compound, explores the connection between nature's biochemistry and therapeutic application. It emphasizes interdisciplinary collaboration among chemists, biologists, and pharmacologists. Deciphering, we simply mean decoding complex chemical information using pattern and recognition and critical thinking to interpret data from analytical technique such as carbon-13 NMR, proton NMR, FTIR, which is Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, gas chromatography, ultraviolet. This technique allows chemists to determine molecular structure and functional properties, unlocking their biological significance. Yes, if you look at that structures there, they are common compound that we use virtually every day. Look at aspirin. That is the structure of aspirin. How do we come about that structure of aspirin? That is paracetamol. How do we come about the structure of paracetamol? That's quinine, which is the first drug to treat malaria. That is chloroquine, in which that was derived from the queen. That's quinine itself, by the introduction of a chlorine. Our work focuses on the forest, the plants, and animals. The forests serve as vast reservoir of natural products, harboring diverse plants, fungi, and other organisms that yield compounds essential for medicine, food, and industry. This ecosystem support biodiversity, hotspot, and ideal for chemistry research on natural products, aligning with sustainable extraction. What are bioactive compounds? They are naturally occurring molecules with biological activity. They are significant in nutrition, medicine, agriculture, environmental sustainability, and so on and so forth. This compound, if they are not active, that's after isolation and characterization, if they are not active, they are not referred to as bioactive. That means biologically active. By putting them into antimicrobial tests against some selected microbes. We can classify bioactive into two major parts. We have primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Our main aim in natural product research is the secondary metabolites, which include alkaloid, flavonoid, and terpenoids. They often have bad bioactive properties. At times, you say you want to do TDP overnight. You take coffee. Coffee contains caffeine, which is a bioactive compound. This caffeine works on your central nervous system. So, which means to say caffeine itself is a bioactive compound. Role in electrical interaction. Bioactive can act in plant defense, interaction with microorganisms and animals. How do we isolate this compound from their source? And their source now is the natural source, which is plant and animal. There are so many methods that we normally apply to get this compound isolated. We have the traditional approach, which includes solvent extraction. Maybe at times, some of you or some of us will go to a traditional medicine practitioner. They'll give us some herbs. They'll say, go and soak with ogogoro. What is ogogoro? Ogogoro simply means ethanol. Because ethanol, we virtually extract everything, all the content from that plant. But we don't do that. We don't just use one solvent. We fractionate using different type of solvent. Then we have advanced analytical techniques such as chromatography. Under this one, we have a HPLC, GC, which are often coupled with MS. That's mass spectroscopy. Then we have emerging technology, genomics, proteomics, which is next generation, AI machines. We now have AI machines that we normally use for this extraction. Applications are extensive. They are useful in pharmaceutical, agriculture, nutraceuticals, and so on and so forth. My area of research, which the organic/natural products chemistry. Natural product are organic substance from living organism with biological activity. Because if there's no activity, it's not bioactive. It must be very active. Because this is the process by which we develop drugs. At times we discover that some compounds have synergistic effects. That's why if you go to the hospital, if they give you drug, they give you 1 or 2, 3. Because such drugs are synergistically related. They work together. There are 2 major sources of this. We have plant-derived bioactive compounds. Then we have animal-derived bioactive compounds. Modern research continues to uncover new compounds, highlighting the importance of biodiversity. Phytochemicals. These are bioactive plants, compounds contributing to color, flavor, and disease resistance. They are not essential nutrients, but offer health benefit through antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and metabolic modulation activities, protecting against chronic diseases. Extraction, isolation, and characterization. These are 3 basic steps by which we isolate compound from its natural source. Extraction. Method includes solvent extraction, steam distillation, cold pressing, and superficial fluid extraction. Then we do isolation via column chromatography, thin layer chromatography, and HPLC to separate compounds. Then we characterize. That's where the problem is. How do you determine the structure? How do you come up with the structure of this particular compound that you have isolated? There are so many instruments that which we use in characterizing this compound. To decipher such compound, we use NMR, MS, not our MS audio, FTIR, and UV visible. This stage requires analytical skill to interpret data. These are the basic steps of instruments that we normally use, which include NMR, MS, IR, and so on and so forth. What are the analytical procedures for characterization? You have to prepare a sample, chromatography separation, spectroscopic analysis, quantitative analysis. At times, we determine the melting point and the boiling point of such a isolated compound. Our contribution focuses on identifying novel pharmaceuticals using innovative extraction and analysis. That's our work area. Exploring biological activities to evaluate pharmacological potential of such a plant material. Developing sustainable, eco-friendly extraction techniques. Fostering interdisciplinary collaboration with biologists, pharmacologists, and chemists. We alone cannot do it. Rather, we don't do it alone. we have to collaborate with other professionals, such as the biologists, pharmacologists. The first step is to identify the natural source, the plants. What kind of plant? And we are not dealing with plant in chemistry. You collect your plant that has a bioactive compound, you take it to the botanist. First identification, and they give it a specimen number, and that specimen number becomes a worldwide number. Should in case another person want to follow that line of research. We have worked in this area. Some of them are here. In 2007, we carried out the phytochemical and anatomical screening of a plant known as Vitellaria paradoxa. This is a common plant that is even around us here. This is a plant where we derive our shea butter. We call it shea butter tree. We analyze the roots, the stem, and the bark and the leaves of this particular plant. And we discovered that we have so many antimicrobial property that is positive. And this work was published in a journal, known as African Journal of Biotechnology in 2007. We carried out the phytochemical screening, antimicrobial screening, that is MISC, that is sensitivity test. MISC is minimum inhibitory concentration. Then those are the summary. You isolate another compound. After subjecting it to the resource analysis, we got so many data, and from this data and structure, we are able to deduce at this compound and we are doing it. And this was published in the Journal of World Journal of Medicine and Clinical Research. Yes, in 2022, we work on the plan. This compound is focused for the synthesis of antiviral drugs for HIV. So that's why I like because if you are active compound that is very but comparing the number of things in that
This was published in the journal. Also, we find out or conduct research on the methanol extract of the setting of the plant that who are doing the value that is not a plant.
Using spectral analysis, we were able to deduce that this compound that we isolated is a mixture of cytosterol and cytostenone. It's not working. I will have shown you the structure of this particular compound. If you look at the two structure, that is cytosterol and cytostenone, you discover that they only differ at a point. That's at the hydroxyl and the keto functional group. And this work was equally published in the Journal of International Research Journal of Natural Science Research. This particular compound received accolades from one institute in America. Then we went further because if you are able to get Siamese twins of compound, you should try as much as possible to isolate them out. We went further to bring out the beta cytosterol in 2015, and this work was equally published using a spectroscopic analysis, and that is the beta cytosterol there with the carbon 13 NMR. And this work was equally published in Journal of Chemistry and Chemical Sciences in 2015. Then we went further because if you are doing isolation, characterization, you have to synthesize because that's one main function of a natural product chemist. Yes, you have isolated. This isolated compound is always in milligram. How do you scale it up? You have to go to the lab to do retrosynthesis, what we call retrosynthesis. That is reverse production synthesis before you now synthesize. If your synthetic analysis is positive, you now synthesize that compound by scaling it up. We synthesize a compound, and this compound, we were able to characterize this compound. And this particular work was equally published in the Journal of Chemical Society of Nigeria in 2018. We went further to isolate two terpenoid compounds from Clederum capitatum, lanostane type acid, and lupain type triterpenoid, and we're able to characterize these two compounds. Sorry for I don't know what is happening there. And this work too was published in Journal of Chemical Society of Nigeria, likewise in 2018. This work, we work together with this isolation, my colleagues, including my supervisors. And we discovered that this particular compound has an anti-inflammatory ability because we try to compare with a known anti-inflammatory compound, diclofenac. So, and we discovered that this particular compound is more positive than diclofenac. That's why at times you'll be told, okay, take this plant extract to relax your muscles. They know what they are saying. But the implication is that taking the whole extract of the plant at times is not too good, since you don't know the dosage. But we normally go ahead to determine the dosage of this particular compound. That's why we normally carry out sensitivity tests, then we carry out MISC, then rate of kill, and so on and so forth. Then we carry out the in vitro anti-inflammation studies of Jacaranda misfolia using a protein denatured compound. And this work was equally published in Journal of Chemical Society of Nigeria. Then we have a pathochemical and FTR spectroscopy analysis. You see, why do we normally carry out or use FTR? Because in a compound, we have the reactive parts, which are the functional groups. The FTR will help you to identify the type of functional group that are present in such a compound. Through there, you know the kind of reaction that can take place. This work was equally published in a Food Journal of Science. Then we have potent in vitro biological activity of some derivative synthesized. We synthesize C914 antibiotics compound. And when we characterize this compound, we discover that this compound, using 1D and 2D NMR, we established the structure of this compound. And this work was published in a Journal of Chemical Society of Nigeria in 2018. You see, Journal of Chemical Society of Nigeria is a professional journal in Nigeria here today. So if you don't publish in those journals, you're not yet there. Because the journal will subject your paper to rigorous peer review. So it's always a privilege to publish in this journal if you're a chemist. It's only a privilege. Clostridium plankoni, we did the antioxidant evaluation of the root extract. The medical doctors will tell you that food that are rich in antioxidants are very good. So we normally carry out antioxidant properties of plants, fruits, to know if they really contain those compounds that give the antioxidant properties. And we carry this out and discover that the plant, that's the ethyl acetate extract and the methanol extract, has antioxidant property. And this work equally published in a journal that was supported by a TED fund. There's this popular plant. We call it Phyllanthus nerori, Phyllanthus amarus. This plant, in Yoruba, they call it Ewe Olugbe, something like that. In Malawi, they call it Aviogerema. It's very rich in medicinal properties. But the problem is, there's a type of it, Phyllanthus nerori and Phyllanthus amarus. We classify them as male and female Phyllanthus. But the most potent one is Phyllanthus nerori. And if you take two of them, one is more bitter than the other. That is simple test you can use to differentiate two of them. The Phyllanthus nerori is more bitter than the other. We carry out the phytochemical antimicrobial properties of this particular plant extract, and we discovered that the plant is truly a good plant. And this work was equally published in Food Journal of Science. Then we did phytochemical screening and GCMS and FTR analysis of ethanol extract of Philostigma toningi. This particular plant, you see, this work was carried out between myself and one of my undergraduate students in 2020. And we're able to discover that this plant has a high medicinal value. And this work was published in a journal. In sciences, if you are carrying out a research and you discover something that will lead you to another thing, you quickly communicate to the world that I'm working in this area. So we have communication journals. We have communication in physical sciences. So in 2020, we quickly communicated our research work to the world through communication in John Physical Sciences. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, apart from this work that we have carried out with our collaborators, there are some other research that we have carried out that we cannot really explain because of time exigencies. We have worked on greenhouse gases, climate change, and environmental conservation for sustainable development, functional science education imperative for industrial development in Nigeria, investigation of thermal retention in carrot and tomato juice, serving as preservative in food processing, impact of lead and cadmium in drinking water, pilot survey, we'll carry out the pilot survey, the use of wood soot, we call it amorphous carbon, as alternative management for postpartum hemorrhage. During childbirth, we normally have hemorrhage. This soot can be used to stop the bleeding. Its application alone can stop bleeding. We did comparative phytoconstituents analysis from the root bark and root core extract of Cassia peregrine plant. Then phytochemical proximate and antimicrobial analysis of the fruit of Succulus latifolius. That's Suomiri. Elemental analysis and artisanal property of fruits of Succulus latifolius. Environmental impact assessment, a case study of waste management practice in Lokoja here. Evaluation of heavy metals contamination of soil and vegetable in the vicinity of Dangote cement factory in Obajana. We have carried this out. This work was a cluster research that we did, in which the lay professor, our professor of Blessed Mary, was the team leader. May he so rest in perfect peace. I don't want to mention his name. Around Obajana, because we discovered that Obajana Cement Company has environmental impact within the vicinity, the environment. And we discovered that Obajana Cement Company has really affected the vegetation in that area. The vegetation in that area. Comparative analysis of bioethanol produced from cassava peels and sugarcane bagases by hydrolyzing using Saccharomyces cerevisiae. We were able to use cassava peels that we call waste and sugarcane bagasse. That is after eating the sugarcane, you throw away the remnant. That's what we call sugarcane bagasse. From this, we combine them together, we're able to produce ethanol from this waste. That's environmental sustainability. Extraction of lignin from the soda extract of the fatted and ethanol extract cashew nut cell. Physicochemical characterization and antimicrobial property of nuclear latifolia. You see, nuclear latifolia, is that I call it nuclear latifolia or Sarcosphalos latifolia. The names are synonymous. Adsorption of methylene, blue dye from aqueous solution using a compound supported methylene adsorbent with SOPAM. That's our work. Antiradical activity of 1,4 and 1,2 benzene dicarboxyl ester from the Embolia pinnata leaves. Analysis of component in the N-hexane extract from the stem back of perennial polyandra using FTR and GCMS. FTR analysis and biological evaluation of ethanol leaf extract of Ficus carica. Mr. Vice that name is Ficus carica. Transitional state of participation in photodegradation of methyl orange from green titanium nanoparticle synthesis using the Embolia pinnata. Likewise, FTIR analysis of antimicrobial potential of stem back of Sarcosphalos latifolius. These are some of the research that were carried out in the area of natural product chemistry and organic synthesis. Our future research, evaluating the antimicrobial potential or anti-malaria potential of plants. That's the new area we're going to now, anti-malaria of plants. A critical future direction in drug discovery. Malaria remains a major global health threat, exacerbated by drug-resistant plasmodium parasites and declining antimicin efficacy. We have heard of drug known as Artimata. Dr. Grima, Artimata. This Artimata was derived from a plant known as artemisinin. Artemisinin, that's what they call it, Artimata. Synthetic evaluation of plant-derived compound offer a promising core strategy for anti-malaria discovery. Our two foundation publications validate traditional knowledge, committing us to nature-inspiring solution. Historically, quinine from Synconia and artemisinin from Artemisia annua prove plant potential. The vast chemical diversity provide novel scaffold to bypass resistance and disrupt parasite cycle. Our future focuses on identifying pharmacophores for revitalized therapies. Our publication demonstrates in vitro anti-plasmodial activity against sensitive and resistant Plasmodium falciparum strains, confirming ethnobotanical leads. These are starting point for translation from extracts to candidates. The multidisciplinary parts ahead include bioassay-guided fractionation with chromatography, LC-MS, NMR, the replication for novel compounds, mechanistic studies, that is stage-specific assay horizon inhibition. ADMET profiling, synergy with existing drug, in vitro marine models, and SAR analog synthesis. This pipeline integrates ethnobotany with modern tools, from collection to proof of concept, investing in sustainable global health. Our team has initiated investigation into anti-malaria plans, publishing 2 TED Fund-supported articles through IPR. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, thank you for giving us that privilege to enjoy IPR, sir. Thank you, sir. In 2023, Isah et al., like Isah and co., studied ethanol thermback extract of Sarcocephalus latifolius. Phytochemical included carbohydrate, anthraquinones, glycosides, saponins, steroids, terpenes, tannins, flavonoids, and so on and so forth. Were discovered to be present in this plant. And subjecting it to this anti-malaria research work, we discovered that this plant has anti-malaria potency. Also, in 2025, Isah et al. Evaluated combined equals an ethanolic extract of Sarcocephalus latifolius and Paquetina nigrescens. You see, I've just told you that Sarcocephalus is Tuombiri, is it not? Then Paquetina nigrescens. We have heard of Ewiogbo, that's the plant. So this plant has a commanding language. So we try to investigate their extracts. And we discovered that the extract, combining with the first research we did that has positive anti-plasmodial effect. And we discovered that the combination work fine on anti-malaria. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, this is our direction. Work has begun. My research team. Our research collective is a synergistic network in natural product discovery. Our natural products research is collaborative, spanning students, departmental colleagues, national partners, and global institutions. Postgraduate PhD students drive extraction, separation, spectroscopy, and bioassay, antimicrobial, antioxidant, and so on and so forth. Undergraduate contribute fresh insights. The departmental experts, such as the analytical chemists for MS, NMR, biochemists for assay, pharmacology for safety, enable synergy. Our work is a collaborative one. You cannot say you are in area of nature product that I can do it alone. It's not true. It's not true. National Alliance provide taxonomy, fermentation, computation. International ties offer advanced platform and co-authorship. This network covers biodiversity to applications, training scientists for sustainable health solutions. What are the challenges of natural products? Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, we are faced with many challenges in this area of our research, because no place or no research lab today in Nigeria that you can carry out NMR analysis. Nowhere in Nigeria today. If you're able to isolate any compound, you have to send it out of this country for instrumentation. Then when they now send the data to you, you now sit down and decipher using the code they send to you to interpret the compound. Natural product research faces that biodiversity loss. Here and there, they are burning our bushes. And these bushes they are burning is our reserve for natural products. It's our reserve for natural products. They are burning them, they are cutting them down without planting another one. If you move along Lokoja Okene Road, Lokoja Ajakuta Road, you see what they are doing to our trees, using them to produce charcoal. And this plant, in fact, without these plants, you can't have oxygen. is the plant that cleans the society of CO4. Am I right? Chemists in the house, they clear the environment. Carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, which are dangerous to our health if these plants are not there, because the plant needs the carbon dioxide by removing them from the society and release oxygen. That which will depend on this plant. The more you kill the plant, the more you kill yourself. Please, government, take note. Conclusion, a call to institutional action. Nature's bioactive compound offer unique innovations for medicine and beyond, needing institutional support. Call to action. University, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. Fund biodiscovery clusters. You have been doing this, fund the clusters. Curricular blending, ethnobotany, scientific biology. Intellectual properties, technology transfer. Government, please, enforce biodiversity policies. Go along this Okene Lokoja road, Lokoja, Ajakuta. You see what they are doing to our forest. You see what they are doing to our forest. This balances innovation, equity, and stewardship for sustainable future. Recommendation. Diversify core, broaden screening, tropical disease resistance, integrate early admit, enhance methods such as LC, HRMS. All these are not to be found in Nigeria here. You have to travel as far as South Africa, UK. To carry out one NMR analysis in South Africa today is not less than $500. As MSc students that you are researching on natural products, at least you should be able to isolate at least two, and publish in Scopus. For PhD students, you should be able to isolate at least 4, publish in Scopus. So where do we get the money from? This is a student that is pursuing MSc and PhD career, no work. Where do we get the dollars from? Formalize collaboration. There should be collaboration. Prioritize ethics, sustainability, translation roadmaps. Finally, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, by adopting these strategic recommendations, our program will transcend being a collection of related projects to become a holistic, future-facing discovery platform. This integrated approach, which coupled with cutting-edge science with unwavering ethical and sustainable principle, position us not merely as contributors to the scientific literature, but as architects of responsible innovation. Our ultimate goal is to ensure that the profound potential of nature's chemical library is adeptly and ethically translated into solutions for a healthier, more sustainable world. Thank you. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, before I leave this podium, please permit me to acknowledge some people that are here. Acknowledgement. With profound gratitude and humble heart, I stand here today, sustained by grace and guidance of Almighty Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficial, in whose hands all knowledge and success reside. All praise is due to him for the blessing of life, health, and the pursuit of knowledge. Before I proceed, if you want to clap, you can clap. Before I proceed, I must acknowledge the 2 pillars of my existence. My foundation was laid by my father, Honorable Alhaji Isa Anabe Saiki, whose life of service as a 2-time legislator in the Kwara State House of Assembly first showed me the meaning of commitment to community. His legacy, however, is powerfully sustained by my mother, Madam Hajarat Onimire. Following my father's untimely death, you see, the age that I am now today, my father does not reach this age. My father died at the age of a little above 40. A little above 40. I was in Form 5 then. My 2 senior brothers were in their final year. No, one was in final year, the other one's law school. You can say that our father died at very young age. May his soul rest in perfect peace. His legacy, however, is powerfully sustained by my mother, Madam Hajara Zemire. Following my father's untimely death, she became both father and mother with formidable resilience and self-denial. She shouldered the sole responsibility of training and sponsoring my education to the university level. This achievement, and indeed my presence here today, is the fruit of her labor and love. I am eternally grateful, and may your soul and that of my father continue to rest in Ajannat Firdaus. My deepest institutional gratitude goes to the visionary leadership of our university, led by our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Olayemi Akinwumi. Thank you, sir. For fostering an environment of academic excellence and for the unwavering support that has made milestone like this possible. I also wish to sincerely acknowledge the profound support and leadership of all the principal officers, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor S.D. Musa, DVC Academics, Professor Jacqueline Badaki, DVC Administration, the Registrar, Dr. Rebecca Aihomu Okoje, the Bossa John Shilo, Sule Shilo, and the University Librarian, Professor Sarah Dauda Yani. Thank you, sirs. Your dedicated service and effective stewardship of the university's core pillars, academic governance, finance and research resources, provide the essential foundation upon which scholarship achievements like this are built. I must pay special tribute to a foundational pillar in my academic journey at Federal University Lokoja, Professor M.S. Audu. Sir, your encouragement, mentorship, scholarly rigor, and invaluable guidance were instrumental in shaping the academic I have become today. I am eternally grateful for your influence. To my immediate family, my pillar and my peace, your unwavering belief, boundless patience, and countless sacrifice are the foundation upon which my career is built. This moment is as much yours as it's mine. I want to thank the following members of my family. Abdulaziz Onimisi Issa, a retired Director of Finance and Accounts, NYC Headquarters, Abuja. Honorable Ali Ahmed Saiki, SAN, is here. Sir, can you stand up for recognition, sir? That's my senior brother, SAN. A one-time House of Rep member, 2003 to 2007. He's still in politics. He's still in politics. And it's going to come out bigger next time. Nana Ibrahim Arugungu, Abla Isa, Siaka Saiki, Hajia Sefia Yusuf Saiki, Rufai Saiki, Zainab Saiki of blessed memory, Muhammad Saiki, Ismail Saiki, Magistrate Abakar Saiki. Magistrate, are you here, sir? Where are you? Stand up for recognition, please. That is my junior brother. It's a magistrate. It's a magistrate. So if you offend me, I'll go to police station. I have a lawyer who is a son, and I have a magistrate. I'll ask them to take it to that court. Ibrahim Saiki, Hadiza Tijani Ahmed Musa, Hajia Aisha Saiki, Khairot Soli Saiki, Fatih Saiki, Usman Saiki, Musa Saiki, Mulika Saiki, Abdul Karim Saiki, Suleiman Saiki, and architect Alhaji Mutar Saiki. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I want to thank a family friend who has been supportive. They have been supporting our family. So we have brought him into Saiki's family. Sorry, sir, you'll be hearing Saiki. That is the family name. In our family, it's either you chooses our own father's name, which is Isa. You chooses our grandfather, which is general family name, Saiki. So most people know me as Yinusa Saiki, not Yinusa Isa. So I'm from Saiki family. I'm from Saiki family. I would like to extend my gratitude and appreciation to a trustworthy family friend, in person of Honorable Justice SMJ Usman, President, Customary Court of Appeal, Kogi State. Sir. I extend my sincere thanks to my brilliant co-researchers, past and present, whose intellectual camaraderie, dedication in laboratory, and sheer passion for discovery have made this journey both productive and inspiring. This work is a testament to our collective effort. To my colleagues in the department, these are my colleagues in the same attires. To my colleagues in the department, I thank you for your fellowship, stimulating discussions, and the collegial spirit that makes our academic home vibrant and supportive. Your encouragement has been a constant source of strength. My sincere gratitude is extended to my academic mentors whose guidance shaped the trajectory of my research. I thank Professor G.I. Indukwe, I'm sure it's online now, and Professor R.G. Ayo for their exemplary supervision of my MSc and PhD programs, respectively. I also pay profound tribute to the late Professor J.O. Amipeton of blessed memory, who is the team leader, whose early mentorship during my MSc and PhD studies was invaluable. I'm privileged to stand among my professional colleagues at the Chemical Society of Nigeria. Your commitment to advancing the chemical sciences in our nation has provided a crucial platform for growth. The president of the Chemical Society of Nigeria is unavailable as present, but he has sent a representative in the person of National Membership Secretary, Kehinde Omosemai. Please stand up for recognition. I want to thank the president of the Chemical Society of Nigeria, Professor Rufus Shato, Professor Sunday Olawale Okeniyi, my mentor and the Vice Chancellor at Ibadan University, Professor Akinola Akinlabi, a rector of a polytechnic in Ogun State, Dr. Peter Berezi, Right Honorable Kehinde Omosemai, Selai Nweze Akpa, Professor Amina Lodi, Professor M. Adeyemi, Dr. Esi Abechi, Professor Alfred Ikwi One, Samson Mopa, which is my Ogun State chapter chairman of CSN, and so many others that I cannot mention, with whom I have crossed paths during my sojourn in the Chemical Society of Nigeria. On a personal note, I cherish the unique camaraderie and intellectual justin share with my dear friend and brother, Mr. Jato Abdulaziz. Our constant companionship, always socializing, always collaborating on projects is wonderfully punctuated by our spirited debates whenever our ideologies diverge. Thank you for all the time we have passionately disagreed to agree. That dynamic has been a source of great joy and sharpening my life. Beyond the academy, my spirit has been nurtured by cherished communities. To my club members, the Park Collectives of the land. Please, where are you? Park Collectives. Stand up for recognition, please. Coach of NSY, Principal Abraham, Emmanuel Omar, Adams Bello, Sule Abdullah, Suleiman Maman, and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. My brothers are the 11 Brothers Football Club and the Toke Brotherhood. Where are you? Pharmacists, stand up now. Toge Brotherhoods, Football Clubs, and the Toge Brotherhood Football Club. You have taught me the value of teamwork, loyalty, and resilience. The camaraderie and laughter we shared have been an essential balance to the rigor of academic life. To my alumni from Bayero University, Kano, Kogi Central Chapter, I thank you so much for believing in me. My sincere thanks and appreciation to all of you who are present here today, mentors, students, friends, and well-wishers. Thank you for your presence and for being a part of this significant chapter in my life. I am deeply honored and shall strive to continue contributing meaningfully to our shared intellectual and communal space. I must also extend my heartfelt thanks to my extended family, the Anikos, for their exceptional embrace and steadfast encouragement. I'm deeply grateful to Sister Ruth Aniko, Dr. Sunday Aniko, Dr. Richard Aniko, Comfort and Omeneke Aniko. These are my in-laws. For the warmth and strength of your fellowship. This reflection is incomplete without paying tribute to a guiding spirit, my late mother-in-law, Mrs. Mary Anazo Aniko, of blessed memory. From the outset, she offered me the gifts not of a mere tolerance, but of full and gracious acceptance as a son. Her legacy of love continued to resonate within our family. May she eternally in the bosom of the Lord. Amen. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. My most profound personal thanks are reserved for my family, my anchor and my inspiration. To my beloved wife, Mrs. Farida Yunusa, thank you for your unwearying support, immense patience, and the countless sacrifice you have made to allow me to pursue this path. To our wonderful kids, Abdul Honorariza, Where are you? Abdul, stand up. And Aishat Ahwaiza. These are the two kids. Thank you for your understanding, your love, and the daily joy you bring. This achievement is truly a testament to your enduring support, and it is dedicated to you. Thank you, sir.
Stand for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up, for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Thank you. Please, can we clap louder for our Dean of Students and the 38th Inaugural Lecturer? Thank you very much. You may be seated. The registrar, ma.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, principal officers, provost deans, directors, respected dignitaries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Professor Idebodi has done very, very well. I can tell you that he has done so well. He's a seasoned and focused academic. Most of the things he reeled out, I stopped at PhD level. I was able to identify bioactive elements in one plant for treatment of diabetes, and that's where I stopped. I couldn't go beyond that to find the structure. I couldn't do anything. And he's done so much with so many plants. Please, a round of applause for Professor. And so we are gradually deciphering Professor Isah Psyche. And a very pleasant one is that he doesn't have more than one wife like my brother. We're very proud of you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite back to the podium our dear Vice Chancellor, Mrs. Isah.
Thank you, the registrar. Please, another round of applause. A round of applause, another round of applause, a round of applause. Yeah. I think you all agree with me that Idebodi seriously. It is not only on the my APC chairman, sir, Dollar. Abba, you are welcome, sir. You not only agree with me that Idebodi not only on the football pitch, but in academics, it really Idebodi seriously. The guy is a complete scholar. The mastery of that subject, the delivery is very, very superb. Very, very superb. Many of us will not be able to appreciate because we are not in sciences. You understand? As he was presenting I'm a historian, the registrar, she's used to do catapult to me, said, this is a scholarship. This is real one. And she even went to the extent to suggest that whether we encourage our new intakes, lecturers, to register in our Faculty of Education for postgraduate diploma in education, to follow the same suit that this guy has done. He has done well. He has done well. No doubt. This is not psychophancy. This is not psychophancy. He has done well, and sir, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. He has said a lot. Even those of us who are not in sciences, we all have something to take away from this lecture. He was always mentioning Lokoja to Kenny side. You see, the forest has gone. And he said it is dangerous to us. There was a time that virtually in our forest, you just see the Chinese cutting down the trees and things like that. We are damaging ourselves, not the forest. It's a takeaway. I know of some countries that, for example, the one I'm used to, Germany, virtually all the trees in the city are numbered. And if anything happened to any of the tree, and the person responsible will be arrested and will be dealt with. Trees in the campuses will have numbers, because they know the importance of these trees. Even if we are cutting down the forest, I think there should be a government policy that you are cutting down a tree, you have to replace with many trees. Because where we are going now, everybody is saying heartwarming and things like that. Virtually, when we were young, Harmattan is always November, October, November, December. I don't know whether they are this last year, whether there was anything like Harmattan. There's nothing like Harmattan. We are destroying the system. Please, you are here today, please. Make it a policy that we must always plant trees for our survival, not for us today, but for the future, our future generation. And I also want to use this opportunity and thank God my big friend and brother, Dollar, is here today. You understand? We need to use government to assist the university system. It says something. For you to analyze anything, you have to take it outside the country. Even take it to South Africa. And you wait before you can analyze things. Analyze your, some people will stay somewhere and they will say that what are the universities contributing to? How are we going to contribute when the facilities are not there? Why is it that somebody that graduated from Nigeria, step outside the country, then suddenly become a champion? Because the facilities are there. We don't have the facilities here. It's high time government takes academic very serious. That is, if you want, our people say sweet soup, na money, kill them. There's a need to infuse money into the system. God has blessed this country in everything, whether intellectually, whether mineral resources and things like that. It's very important for us and to appeal to federal government and state government that they have a lot to gain from the various universities they have established. And I also want to appreciate you for the medicinal plant and things like that. And you said something, and I want to believe it, that chemistry is the queen of all sciences. I saw a beautiful picture of a woman here. Is that the chemistry? Then one aspect you didn't mention, and those good old days, things have changed. When it was the days of letter writing, card, sending card, talking about love to your loved one, to your girlfriend, my chemistry of love, and things like that. You didn't mention chemistry of love here. So please, another round of applause to this wonderful child. We are very proud of you. We are really, really very proud of you. Thank you, and thank you for your devotion, your dedication, your loyalty to the system. We made him the director of SciWest. He did well. And after the 2 terms, we also say that, oh, come and go to the hostel, to our students, and to our students. You can tell your students, your children, you call them your children. I want to be proud of you, please. Thank you. The greatest Nigerian student. Thank you for supporting your father. We have many distinguished visitors here today. I want to appreciate them for coming to associate with us today. I have Honorable Justice M.J. Usman. Where are you, sir? Please, a round of applause for him. He's the President Customary Court. We have Mrs. Usman Salamat. You are welcome. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, thank you. You are welcome. Lieutenant Colonel Isah, you have been wonderful. The brigade has always been coming here to participate with us. We have my brother Omolulu Olusegun from the DSS. Thank you for coming. Those our security people have always been associating with. Anytime we have something like this, they are no longer contented sitting in the barracks. They are coming, learning new things every day. I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate you. We have His Royal Highness Dr. Mohamed Nashiru Adabi LD. Royal Highness, sir. Baba, you are welcome. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. I want to also appreciate Chief M.I. Jaffa, Chief M.I. Jaffa, Dr. Aziz Oricha, Dr. Agnes Onimisi, Dr. B.S. Akonde, chemistry, or is it chemistry Kehinde Omo or comrade chemistry Kehinde Omo? You are welcome. Comrade Jacob David Lupeng, Comrade Shaibu Yakubu Adabi LDA, you are welcome. Husseini Obadaki, SGS Office Kogi State, you are welcome. Dr. Agnes Onimisi, we have Ahmed AS, we have Honorable Aliu Osaki, we have Honorable Justice Okino, we have Honorable Abdullah Bello, we have Honorable Abdulaziz Idris King, we have Honorable Sule Ozuebe Jimo, and online, we have people online, we have Alfara Baba, Aliu Suleiman, we have Adamu Shaibu, we have Farida Bello, we have Kabiru Bashir, Professor Dukwe, Professor S.O. Kenny, Reverend Kehinde, Stephen Olubumi, Sefiya Saki Yusuf, and 23 others. Okay, we have the representative of the Provost, FCE Okene. Yeah, please, once again, please, I want us to specially acknowledge and give a round of applause to the family, madam, and the two children. Thank you. I think, yeah, Provost, thank you. You are welcome. And I think the family should, children, you are proud of your father today. You have done well. We are very proud of you. Thank you. We have a tradition here because inaugural lecture is very special to the university. And in order climb, as soon as you become a professor, you are expected to give your inaugural lecture. It's the inaugural lecture that inaugurates your chair. When you say you are a professor, it's a chair you are sitting on. And for having the boldness to come out to deliver his inaugural lecture, he deserves another round of applause, please. And for us here, it now belongs to the category of people we can now classify as distinguished professor of FUL Lokoja. Please, a round of applause for you. And on this note, I want to say that he has been discharged and acquitted and can be called a professor of FUL. Thank you again, and thank you again. Yes, I want to invite for a presentation. Please, you can step forward there. Madam and children, you can join your husband here. I want to invite Honorable Justice S.M.J. Usman to step forward, please.
Professor Yinusa, Isah, congratulations. You have delivered your lecture, and the sole judge here today, the Vice Chancellor, have discharged and acquitted you. He has asked me on behalf of the university to decorate you with this medal. Congratulations.
Please let me invite, because I may need him in the future, the son. If I commit, I may need him in future. so that today we know that. Thank you. Please step forward, sir.
We can count on you, so stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up.
Well, my name is Ali Yusaiki, senior brother to Professor Yinusa, Isah. Well, as he's called here, by whom we know him as Yinusa Isah Saiki. Like he has told the gathering, Saiki is the family name. There are just two of them in the family who do not use the name Saiki officially. The number one person who unfortunately, in fact, I bring greetings from him to the university. He would have been here, but for some unforeseen circumstances. So take his greetings, please, the Vice Chancellor. Himself and the Prof are the only ones who bear the name Isah without Saiki, but at home, we are all Saikis. Am I correct? On behalf of the university, may I, with respect, present this certificate of appreciation to Professor Yinusa Isah Saiki.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions.
Sorry, as his elder brother, of course, I will always know more than he does know. I remember he said, our father died just a little over 40. I would want to be exact here. He died at 46. He was born in 1940 and he died in 1986, the year my brother and I graduated. So they hadn't entered the university that time. He had 26 of us. At 46, my father was a guru. While he was alive, 3 died. That is to say, he died leaving 23 of us. He has left this world since 1986, like I said. And since that time, I think it's only one of us that has gone to meet him there. So the remaining 22 are alive, hale and hearty. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. A round of applause to sir. Sir, if I need you in future, please.
And when I fall down,
Yes,
I
sir.
have to pick myself back up.
Maybe in an election matter.
Thank you.
I have
On that note,
pick
let me specially invite my friend and my brother, Dollar, to step forward, please.
And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick.
Distinguished Prof, I have the singular honor to present this to you. You deliver your inaugural lecture with distinction, and I'm proud of you. Our senior brother, SAN, said a little about our late father, and I now know that Idebody is not your original name. You got that name from our late father, Idebody. Thank you, Prof.
For the champion, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champion, stand up.
Thank you very much. Yes, please. Thank you. Please, can you put your hands together for the Vice Chancellor? As he's walking back to his seat, he has delivered 36 inaugural lectures. Can we once again please appreciate excellence in academic tradition? Thank you very much, sir. Please, before we invite us to rise, I'd like to ask the sound engineer to please help us move your vehicle. That is the route for the procession. Please kindly move your vehicle in a moment. Perhaps while we are taking the anthem, sir, please stand back. The inaugural lecturer has asked me to announce that his reception is open to everyone. It's holding at the staff club, so you are invited. But please, you do us the honor of allowing the procession to sit in the hall, distinguished professors, members of Senate, while the rest of us will surround the building. Chairs are available and food, the day body. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again. My registrar mentioned that this lecture was delivered with record time, in record time actually, from 4:45 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. That was excellent 1 hour delivery of the 38th inaugural lecture. And we will rise now for the national anthem and the university anthem. The national anthem, please.
Greatest FUL, greatest FUL, and of the greatest FUL.
Thank you very much. Please, we will remain standing as the procession exits the hall in the West order. And we appreciate the presence of the Student Union President and his entourage. And also made a presentation on behalf of the inaugural lecturer. Thank you very much for the trust that's been distributed amongst distinguished professors on the program. Thank you very much, Comrade Adroman and his team. And by extension, this invitation goes to our VVIPs, The honorable trustees and his amiable wife and all the ladies in front, Their Highness and all that. You will join the procession from a distance of about meters as the vice chancellor leads to a very short, before the general reception.
Are you gonna go up with the I see.
Then before you go do, as soon as you go do, the family with the work, big to be the but if I did the yeah, when
Nigeria message of main, I don't say over 10%.